to the Life School MasterClass Show, where 6 and 7-figure CEOs build their purpose-driven legacy businesses through proven branding, marketing, and sales strategies so that they don't have to sacrifice their income and happiness for their mission. Thanks for watching the Life School MasterClass Show. Join our Facebook group community of badass mission-driven entrepreneurs, and come back next week same place and time for our upcoming show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Life School Masterclass Show. Happy Friday. I hope everyone is staying cool wherever you are and you're having a great time while you're cruising and going on vacations. I feel like July and August are one of those months where most kids are out of school and we're just trying to make memories and enjoy our time wherever you are. So I'm your host, Elona Lopari, high-level business strategist, and I help purpose-driven entrepreneurs grow their businesses with branding, marketing, sales, systems, and team. All my favorite ways to grow an amazing legacy business. Today, I have an amazing honor to have one of my clients, Brenda Davis, really speak about the importance of credit repair. And not only I need a lot more education in this area, but I'm sure that you guys listening and watching this interview on replay are going to get a lot of amazing nuggets and education around why repairing your credit is the getaway and the connection to your dreams, whatever you're trying to accomplish in your life. Brenda, thanks so much for being here. So good to see you again. Thanks for being on our show today.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
It's an absolute pleasure. And secretly, I want to share your passion with the audience because I know personally how passionate you are regarding the work that you do and all the impact that you're making in the world. So let's start with a little introduction. Tell me a little bit more about regarding, who you are and how did you get to the point of the work that you're doing right now with credit repair?
Well, hello everyone. I'm Brenda Davies, and I started in life early as an educator, and it was so important to me that people are educated no matter what facet of life they're in. They needed to be educated. So that was one of the reasons that I wanted to pursue education so I could do this in a meaningful way. And throughout life, I have dabbled and dabbled in different things, but everything come back to helping people. So now I'm in credit repair, which I know is one of the biggest things that is needed here in the United States, due to the fact that this is how people end up getting the big dreams and things fulfilled. They may not realize that, but this is how, through credit repair. Doing that is so important to me because it helps people and families, individuals and as well as families, to be able to break that financial bondage and be able to do the things that they want to do in life that's going to, help them fulfill their dreams and get that dream house, that dream vacation. This is the biggest avenue to getting there. They just have to realize that this is it.
Wow. I love your background in education. And honestly, the Life School Masterclass Show is really a self-education platform where we learn how to build a life and business on purpose. So, and I find that I teach marketing, and because we've worked together, I find that marketing is really about educating and serving your client, right? Because the more educated your client is on what problem you solve and how is it that it can impact their lives at the end of the day, because credit repair is just the channel, obviously, for them to work on so that they can get to the things that they most want in their lives, right? So sometimes, connecting that for entrepreneurs as well, when they're going into, the marketing side of their business, it really ties in a lot with education. So I love that you have that background and that is your passion, to really teach, educate, and serve others through the information so they can have that awareness of, where they might be in their lives with their credit situation and where is it that they might be want to go to or desire to to improve through this process. So let's start at the beginning. So what are some of the major pain points, I should say, or things that people come to you most about their credit repair, Brenda?
Well, basically, that they have things on their credit report that is hindering them from being able to purchase a home, being able to purchase a vehicle, and they don't know what to do. They're stumped. And for, most people will say, I've heard them say this before, well, all they have to do is pay their bills. But you have to understand that a lot of people is not in this predicament just because they didn't want to pay their bills. Things happen. Life happened. We didn't have the pandemics that set back so many millions of people because of that. That wasn't their problem. They didn't just not pay their bills. So there's situations like this that put individuals in a predicament where they cannot pay their bills. So what do they do? Are you punished for this the rest of your life? So these are some of the things that they come with, late payments, um, even some with bankruptcy, student loans, collections, a lot of medical bills. And people are so sick nowadays, and it's hard to keep up with the, pay, even though they have insurance, there's the deductible that's high. So these are the things that they come, and these are the things that are keeping them from being able to move forward in life and do the things that they want to do.
I love the awareness that you just gave us and medical bills. It is true because a lot of times, yes, we could be making better choices, and that's also available. And that's something that I'm sure work with your clients as well through the education part, right? Because you want to set them up proactively so they don't, need to go through this process again, right? So really giving people a long-term solution for this and teaching them good money habits and all of that, right? Because that's also available. But I also like that you said that it's also involuntary a lot of times. Life happens, things happen. If we haven't properly planned for, these things that happen to us, then obviously, this can struggle, this can impact our credit. So, Brenda, I would love to know a little bit more regarding what are some of the I know you mentioned the issues of why people need help with their credit review, but what are some of the things that impact people most with their credit? So, um, how is it that not having good credit or poor credit affects other things that they want to do in their lives based on your experience?
Well, I think what people don't realize in general is that if you have poor credit, this is going to hinder you in every aspect of your life, not just in if you want to go buy something, even if you want to get a job. Now I don't think individuals realize they pull your credit report. They'll tell you they're doing a background check, but within that background check is a credit report. And if your credit is in a situation where they see late payments, they see that you're not, you're in collection, you're not going to get hired. So you can miss out on a dream job just because your credit is not where it needs to be. So it impacts our life in so many different areas that I don't think we realize just how much it plays a role in our being able to have that extra money that we need for our family, having that money to send our children to school, to a nice college or whatever. Uh, the money is not there because we have placed it, being able to, have to pay that high interest rate. That's where so much of our money is going when we purchase items. And if, for instance, let's say two individuals want to get a Toyota Corolla, 2022. Let's say it's 23,000. We put it at 23,000. John has a credit score of like, we'll say seven. You can go with 756. Yes. And Jane over here has a credit score of 655. Now that difference in the credit score can cause Jane to have to pay $7,000 to $8,000 more in interest. That's money that could have been put back into the family budget. That's a nice little savings to start. That's a getaway trip, your dream trip. So this is how we lose money and we don't even see it. But it's our credit that's costing us this life, this loss and impacting our life in such a negative way. And we just need to realize that and do something about it.
Wow, love that perspective of how that small difference in your credit score can, open up new opportunities or like drain out a lot of your money that could be going somewhere else that's going to align more with your bigger vision and purpose of what you're trying to create in your life or, the things that you want to see. That's wow, that's Really, really impactful. So, Brenda, what is your process? How do you help your clients? So, what is like, walk me through like step by step. A lot of times now, because we have so much information out there,
Mhm.
I find that people they're just always craving for like step by step approach. And I know everything is personalized, but just like on average. So, how do you help someone that is looking to improve their credit, to repair their
Well,
credit?
the first thing I want to do is speak to the individual with a free consultation. I want to hear what they feel is affecting their credit, why they can't move forward. Because when you get that information from them, it's really more personal. Now I can ask you, okay, why? What happened during this process? Because on the way doing our consultation, I do want to educate you because we don't want to come here again. We don't want to end up back here again. So what led to this? Was it something that you could have prevented or something, that was beyond your control? So whatever avenue that we have to go through, it's going to be an educational path that we go through and dissect what's going on in their credit file. And after that, we do a credit analysis. We do what we call a credit audit. We go through and we talk with the client with whatever is negative impacting their credit. We do it one on one, so we can see what is the best way to navigate this to be able to get this off your credit report, and then if we remove it, how is it going to remain off? Because just because we take it off and you don't make the right move, that can come right back on your credit report. So it's an educational process through the process of removal and getting item disputed. They are getting educated through the whole path. So
Mm,
it's I love the fact of of having that, being able to speak with them one on one, because it makes it more personal and it makes it more about them. It's not a generalized credit repair. It's a general. This is all personal.
yeah, and
So
that's what makes you different as well, that you offer this personalized service and you meet people where they are because we all have, different situations or different goals of why we want to, improve or fix our credit or, get our credit score high there. So, love that. And Brenda, how is it that, what are some of the, maybe the process, the length of time on average, and also some of, maybe if you could share some clients that have had results or people that you've helped, what were some of those situations?
well, on average, clients normally stay anywhere from 6 to 9 months. Although we would prefer a year, because we don't want you to just get your credit repair and you don't have that all the education you need to keep it repaired in that state. So that's one of the but normally it's 6 to 9 months. And I've had plenty of clients. My goal is to make sure that their credit score increased. I don't think I could sleep if I couldn't get that, for them. So the highest one so far that I have been able to help increase by 200 points, and
Mm.
that was going from like I think they had like a 619 or something like that. Anyway, they end up with like a 815, 820, somewhere in there. So those are the kind of things that we do, and that makes me happy anytime I can get my client from going to not being able to qualify for a home to being able to qualify for a home, and with, oh man, such a significant decrease in the interest rate if they would just had a, because they could qualify at a six. I think she said a 655, that she would have been able to qualify for the home, but the interest rate would have been ridiculous. So she got her 300, and I think she said $88,000 home. She was so happy, and so was I. It was like I got a home too. So, but she was just, I mean, it was awesome. We was able to remove those items off her report, and she still goes through the. She's on my page, credit education page. She's constantly there, pulling in that education. So I think she's going to do well because she stayed with the educational program and keep up with what's going on, what not to do, if she want to go buy auto, she can go to the page and see, what do I need to do? What are the first things I need to do if I want to buy auto? So she's keeping herself educated, and that's so important in credit repair.
Wow, I love that. That's like education for life because you can apply that in all these other areas of your life and the way that you manage your finances, the way you make decisions about buying, purchasing decisions, and all of that. So, I love that you have such a long-term growth, mindset with your clients that you take them through, and you just don't leave them there. It feels like I always say this with business too. It feels like it's like you're equipping them with the skills that they
Mhm.
need so they can do this for life. So they
Mhm.
come to you with that specific problem, pain point, bothering them at that point in time, just like you explained. But then going through the process with you and help, the transformation there at the end, they end up with not only fixing whatever they came to, to get help with, but also with an education, teaching them
Exactly.
about mindset, different ways to think, and also how is it that they can make decisions after and maintain that, sustain it, right? Because it's like I feel like without the education, it's like, just like winning the lottery. If we don't really understand, how to spend that money, invest wisely and all of that, yeah, maybe short term you got a big win, you got the lottery, but then it's like you're gonna lose it all in like a month,
Exactly.
right? So
Exactly. And that's why my goal is longevity with credit repair. When I repair their credit, while I love my clients, I would prefer not to see them again. So not for this, not for credit repair. So the education part is so important, and it don't stop after you get your 800 credit score, your 825. This is going to continue on throughout your life. You have to constantly make applications of all the things that you've been taught, all the things that you learn. It's never going to stop. You have to keep applying this, because if you don't, you will see me again. You would definitely see me again. So that's why we add the education part to it. So a person do have that opportunity and have that chance of having that, creating that extra income, keeping that credit score up, and constantly creating that extra income. You see how that can work? You keep that 800 up every time you go to purchase something. You're not paying that excess thousands and thousands. That money goes back. It funnels back into your home, to your dream vacation, to your little nest egg. That's how you start building financial wealth for your family. And
oof,
it's amazing we don't think of it like that. You know, a person may say, "Well, I don't want to spend $1,000 in credit repair," but you go buy a car and you give the bankers 8,000 to 9,000 in interest rate. That's 6,000 you could have had in your nest egg. And that's the term, we have to start thinking like that.
ooh, that flowed so beautifully because that was going to be my next question. What are some mindset shifts that we need to make? So we don't look at this as an expense. We look at this as an investment because you just showed me right there based on, the work you're doing that you're giving back. The investment you're putting in is you're getting it back in the money you're saving. If you that you could not have had potentially there if you didn't put yourself through this process and education. So I'm so excited of how much more impact you can actually make once you take people through your credit repair journey of with the education part. Now, what is it that you can build so that people can have sustainability, maintenance of all these habits, the right mindsets, more of the education part of these things so that you can help them and they can actually extend this in all these other areas of their lives. So that's really cool stuff there, Brenda. I love that. And let's dive a little bit into the mindset. So what are some of the mindset shifts that you've seen with your clients, people potentially, that are looking for help in this kind of area that you feel are holding them back from getting the help that they want?
Well, I think definitely one of them would be the cost. They think, some of them may think it's too expensive. And then we have to go into how expensive it's going to be when you go purchase an item and you pay this excess. And so initially that's their big thing, the cost. And then another thing is most of them want a quick fix. And that's not a good mindset to have. You want it took you some time to mess your credit up, and now you want a quick fix. And the other mindset that some of them have, okay, I'm just going to pay you and you just do it. They don't want to have no part of it. And if you keep that mindset, I'm going to see you again, and I'm going to see you again, and I'm going to see you again, because you don't know what to do to keep yourself from getting in this predicament. And I think by nature, so many of us are just lazy. We want to quit. We like microwave stuff. We want it quick and fast, and we don't want to do any work. But with anything that comes along that you want to, it's going to be sustainable for a long period of time. You're going to have to invest some time, and you're going to have to invest in learning. You're going to have to invest in the why. Why is this like this? What do I need to do to keep from getting here? So it's the getting them to get past this little cost that it costs them, a little investing of your time to educate yourself and understanding. If we get past that, and normally we do eventually, because I sit down and I tell them, if you don't understand what we're doing and how you got here, I'm going to see you again, and I don't want to keep taking your money. That's not what I'm trying to do here. My I would feel so much better. I tell them, if I don't have to see you again for credit repair, but to see you again, you're telling me, hey, 3 years down the road, I'm still buying, and I still have a low interest rate. I'm still buying, and I can save now for my kids' college tuition. That's what I would love to see for my customers. So if I can get them out of the mindset of, I'm gonna pay you and you do it, or else this is a little too expensive, that those negative mindsets, then we do well. But I have to really get to them, and help them to appreciate what is going on with the credit, how credit impact every aspect of your life, not just buying a vehicle. It's your reputation. When your credit score is pulled, that is your reputation. That's telling lenders everything they need to know about you, good or bad. So
Yeah.
when yours is pulled, what would a person say about you? And it's not a lot of good things, not. So
That's the way to look at that for sure. But I love that you touched upon all of these because, by the way, these are all things that hold us back. When we look at things as expense, when we look at things short term, quick fix, you might get a quick fix now, but you're gonna come back and it's gonna come back to you because you didn't do the work. And we all just want to. I see with business too. It's like, can I just delegate the marketing? Can someone just create my content? I'm like, great, you can be a cookie cutter business and you can just have the same content as everyone else,
yeah.
but it's never going to position you uniquely in the marketplace. So I think we all see that. That is the I guess good and bad news. The good news is that you see this repeating in all types of
Mhm,
businesses, or the problems that we all solve in our individual ways. And then the other part of it is more education on it, more
mhm,
speaking about it, because we all fall into this trap. I mean, we all do it, right? I mean, I could maybe have this mindset in one area, but then another area, if I'm looking to, get a solution for a problem I have, I might fall into like, wait, I can do it myself. How much money is it? How much is it going to cost me? Like we have been programmed, especially culturally, a lot too, like in my culture natively, a lot of bad money, thinking the way we think about the way we spend and invest in ourselves. Like it was never in my culture to really like how are you investing in this? It was all about like how much is it? It's
yeah.
not, it's a lot of money. The first question is like how much is it? Is it free? Like
Exactly.
there's so much wiring to do in all of us that we just have to do it collectively, and we just have to be patient and one person at a time and meet people where they are and all of that. But I think we do definitely need to speak about it because these are all things that stop us from the potential of getting that
Mhm.
solution through, whether it's credit repair or growing your business or whatever it might be. So Brenda, it was a pleasure. I try to keep the interviews within 20 to 30 minutes. So, due to time and all of that. So I think you shared a lot of amazing wisdom. I love your passion and education. There's so much more potential for impact, sounds like, for sure, with everything that you're doing. Keep doing the amazing work that you are doing. And at the end, I usually ask my guests if there is one last message that you'd like to share with the audience or something maybe that you have learned that you want to share it from your school of life, since at the end of the day the life school is all about that, something that you like to share with our audience at the end.
I think that, but for me, what I would like to share is that no matter what you do in life, whatever it is, let it be your passion. If you're going to be an entrepreneur and you're going to have this aspect of whatever aspect you decide to be in, make sure that you love what you do. Make sure it's not about the money, because there's going to be time when things are slow, things are not going good. And when you think about, I love this, that's the motivation that's going to help you to get to the next level, not just the money. Because when the money is not coming, then where's the motivation? So when I think about like 81% of credit, people with they have the credit file, they have errors on it. 65 million has a credit score below 350, 350 like 649, and 35 million have, they don't even have enough credit to even create a file. I start thinking about those numbers when things are slow. And that's what motivates me to keep going, because there are people out there that needs what I'm doing, whether they know it or not. So that keeps the passion going. So whatever you're doing, do what you love. Make sure it's something you love, so it will last. Even when times are slow, when times are dry, your motivation, the number one motivation, will still be there. And that's your passion for what you do.
Ooh, and frankly, the only way to make it in this journey. You just gave people the secret sauce to success. And really, your thought always becomes about when you do it for passion and because you really feel your work is meaningful, the thought is like, how can I reach them? There's so many people that don't know about this. How can I reach them? So your obsessive thoughts becomes about that, which is why I love the work I do, because it's like, how can we reach more people? Right? That's what marketing is all about. Branding is all about, all of that good stuff. So amazing. Amen to everything that you said. Brenda, where is it that people can find you and more about your work?
Just come to www.bjkfamilysolutions.com, or you can come over to our page, Credit Repair and Financial Literacy on Facebook. Join us, and it's so many nuggets and gems there that you guys can really, you know, pull a lot of information from. So we would love to have you.
Ooh, definitely join for an education in this area and so much more. And I know you also have an amazing Facebook community. What's the name of that?
Yeah, that's the BJK, not the BJK, but the Credit Repair and Financial Literacy on
Mhm.
Facebook.
So definitely join that as we're going live inside our community as well. And we are already here. And Brenda, you can put that inside the comments as well underneath the interview, so people can just click a link and get there, because we like things fast. So I appreciate you so much, Brenda. Thanks so much for everything you came and shared. And I just, sit there in awe in seeing all your passion and everything that you're doing, and never stop in making that impact, because your energy is infectious, your passion is infectious, and there's so many people waiting for this kind of help. So your journey just becomes about just reaching them at this point. So thank you again for everything you share with us. And friends, I will see you in another interview. Bye for now. Have a great rest of your week or weekend.